red shopper in the dark. Warrior Werks.
In my previous video, I said former Marine. My apologies. I know once a Marine, always a Marine. Welcome to Warrior Werks. So, got a fantastic mail call today from a few guys here. And I want to give them the proper recognition without overcrowding the small limited workspace I have right here. So just forewarning, I'm going to be showing these, talking about them. Then I got a couple boxes set up on the side of me where I'm going to be placing them in. So you guys might hear like a little drop or something like that. I'm not discarding them. I'm not trying to not respect them, but I'm putting them onto the side of me inside a box so I can sort these. And as I told you guys in the previous video, I'm trying to sort this room out, and I want to make sure that I have things kind of staged where they need to be and start moving things out to my shop if they need to be moved out to my shop. And in all honesty, I've kind of been slacking in that because I've been kind of a little busy with a bunch of other little projects, or big projects rather. So first and foremost, the stuff in front of me, I'm going to go through them and talk about them a little bit. But again, this is from brother Jesse down in San Antonio. Been talking to him for quite a while. Very, very good man. Very understanding and patient and very knowledgeable. And I really respect him for a lot of things. I respect our friendship. And as you guys recall, Jesse was the one who won the 194 OT drawing that we did. And I made it clear then I was happy that a subscriber and somebody I knew won, because I knew how much they supported the channel. And I know how deserving the individual was, and he's a very deserving individual. So, kind of getting into the box, and I'll go through these one by one as much as I can. Jesse sent, obviously, some Hot Wheels, and he said for my granddaughter, my son, and myself, and he left it up for me to decide. So I'm going to say I'm getting the police one, and probably every purple one. After that, Emma will probably get, well, maybe she'll get this. I don't know. Maybe I'll let Emma pick first, then my son, then whatever they don't pick. Or we'll do it, pick one, then cycle back, so it makes it the most fair way. Anyways, Jesse, obviously you left me with a big decision to make, and I appreciate it. I mean, these are super cool. These are older Hot Wheels, and Emma will know, and my son already knows, not to open the ones that are in the nice pristine packages. This one, which I'm gonna keep, is going to be open because the package is water damaged, but I have a nice display for that. So let me just say, this one is mine, and I'm allowed to do that because I'm dad and I'm grandpa. So Jesse, thank you for these Hot Wheels. I'm gonna be putting these in a box right next to me. Ooh, whoops. So he sent some other things too. He said that he picked these up from like antique stores and things like that. He thought I might be able to do some things with it. This is pretty cool. I know this is a bayonet of some sort, or was a bayonet. And that would be a pretty cool rehandle right there. And that'd be something super cool to make into a knife. Anybody know what kind of bayonet that is by chance before I start pulling it apart and, you know, maybe ruining whatever is left of this? You guys can let me know. Is this Civil War? I mean, did they have these back in the Civil War? It seems like they didn't, because they had swords. Maybe this is World War I. I'll let my ignorance come out on that one. But he sent Bear and Son sheath. I think I got the perfect Bear and Son that can go into that. And he sent these knives. He says, you know, they might be good for parts. I told him this old colonial electrician's knife was a classic, and it was a solid user. These colonial Barlows are, you know, they were everywhere. They were meant to be in everybody's pockets, but we'll see what I can do with that with parts. This is old Kent fishing knife, and if I ever find one like it that I can repair the spring on and get a blade in there, this has pretty cool stuff. That hook remover, you know, was purposely built to remove hooks from fish's mouths. Pretty cool piece of history. And another one, and I think this one is, yeah, this is a Camillus. And these things are like bulletproof knives. I mean, solid snap. I actually pulled the blade off of one of these and put it in a knife that I gifted to Redeye Patriot. So I know that those kind of parts will be used. He also sent me this. And this is somebody's rehandling of an old buck, and I gotta give it to them. You know, this is, what, let's see, a buck 460, so it's not that old, but it's kind of old, kind of somebody's unique take on making a knife usable and functionable again. I mean, that's pretty neat. And he sent this. This is going to be a good, like, knife I can send back home to my father-in-law or one of my friends. You know, this, even though it is Chinese made, it's solid, has a nice hollow grind to it. This is a good knife to have as a secondary or in a backpack if they can create. And I know from living back home, that a lot of times when we found knives, sometimes old hickories without sheaths, we would make and fashion sheaths out of cardboard and duct tape, even to the point where some of them looked extra fancy and they had like string tied around them. And as comical as that may seem to some, it's very useful as long as you don't get it wet. And it would be useful. So I know that this would be well received by somebody back home. And it's not because I don't appreciate it, but I also know somebody would use it and appreciate it much more than I would. So thank you, Jesse. Now I'm going to go into the coolest thing, or not coolest, but thing I played with the most since he also sent this. And I think this is something that he started that needs to be finished. Jesse, you let me know what I need to do to get this on there. I think this is, obviously it's some kind of sheath, starter sheath or something. And I imagine that something can go on the outside right here or around the whole thing and make some kind of pancake holster or sheath. Again, Jesse, I need more information on that. But the thing I've kind of played with the most is this thing right here. And maybe it's a kid in me, but it makes me feel like Star Trek or something, like one of the things that they use. But it's a lighter, rechargeable lighter. And as you guys can see, that's kind of scary. I guess that's some kind of safety. But he said he bought a 4-pack of these, and the only color they had was pink, as you could see. And he wanted them, so he bought them and spray painted it black. But that's going to, you know, stick around, and might find its way into Fatwood Friday. I don't know. But definitely something I'm probably not going to leave alone and not I guess, make it into some kind of little fidget or something. But thank you, Jesse. Now, I saved the two most interesting and some of the cooler things for the later part of the video, so I can kind of show them by themselves on the skin, seal skin. And this is arguably just as cool as a seal skin, maybe even cooler. But he sent a caiman skin. Look at that. And it goes all the way. Obviously the head's not on there because the head is taken off as part of the taxidermy or separate. But it goes up there pretty well. I mean, it has that thick plating, the armor plating that they have on these types of reptiles. But hold on, I'll try to take a picture of it fully extended, but obviously I don't have room, so I'm gonna knock something over, I guarantee it. I'm gonna go over, slowly go and let you guys see how cool that is. I mean, everything on the rear hindquarters. I guess they call them legs, I don't know. The little front ones. Hey guys. But this is like super cool to me. You don't see this kind of stuff here in Alaska. I think the only kind of reptiles we get up here are frogs. Like Alaskan frogs. I'm not joking. We don't get any lizards, we don't get any snakes, but we do get frogs, small little, like tiny frogs, but that's it. So seeing something like this is pretty amazing to me, and it's super cool that it takes dye so well. It looks beautiful in black. And part of me wants to make something with this, but at the same time, the other part of me wants to keep this whole. Give me your guys' thoughts. Let me go hang this back up. I got this hanging over that curio cabinet door that I showed you guys in the video before. And because he's such a generous guy from his heart, he sent this big bone case hunter. And I mean, it's used, but it's not used. And I'm going to clean this up in honor of Jesse, and, you know, I'm going to clean up those blades. I'm going to make this thing pop. I'm going to get a little toasting on there, make this thing like showroom. And not much I can do with that pin right there other than stabilize it. But when you guys see this next, this is going to look super nice. Now, I don't know which one to do next. Okay, I think I know which one to do next. So, Dwayne from Patriot Knife and Tool, I've been talking to him, and, you know, I don't want to leave anything out, but Jesse, you know, Jesse left this long email. I hope I'm not putting my foot in my mouth here. I looked, I didn't see an included note with Jesse's stuff, but he definitely sent a really heartfelt email to me, as you could see evidenced by what I said each one of those things was. And all I can say, Jesse, is thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a friend and for thinking of me. Now, moving on to Brother Dwayne, he sent in a note, and he said that he hopes that we're doing well, myself and my family. He tucked in a few other things for me, some old wood from his guitar crafting days in the mid-'80s. He made a fixed knife stand, and he said, I'll make some knife scales with the wood and do them justice. Yes, I will, thank you. And he said a few other good medicine items too. God bless. From the brother, my brother from Alaska, Dwayne. And the wood that he's talking about, he sent some Clarino walnut. and some bird's eye maple, Madagascar, I guess this is rosewood, Madagascar and rosewood, which is also sometimes known as cocobolo, which makes fantastic knife scales. I mean, this is like really dense wood. It's beautiful. And I'll tell you how much I want you guys to look at this. Look at this type of wood. You're going to see this wood here within the next couple weeks again, sooner than you guys might think. Not necessarily from this, but it will show you that I do work on this. He also sent what I can only imagine, and before, again, let my ignorance creep out, he might have wrote what they actually were on the inside of here. Look at that. So very old Gaboon ebony, which is almost, I mean, that I can feel how heavy that is. Just this one right here is just absolutely like dense wood. And then he sent some more Brazilian rosewood. And if you notice a difference between the two in color, so this is what I know, what I always called or have called cocobolo. And I'll tell you from when I sand on this, I'll tell you if this is cocobolo or not. This has a peppery smell and it really messes with my nose. This is one I always have to wear a mask on, and it still gets to me. Rosewood, the reason why it's called rosewood, it has a flowery smell a lot of times when you work on it. So even though they look very similar, I would bet money, and not to challenge what Dwayne wrote on here, but you guys can see the difference in color. They're very, very similar, almost the same. I think they are the same family. Oftentimes mistaken for each other, but I might be wrong. That might just be a brighter color Madagascar rosewood. But again, I'll know when I sand on it. The ebony, absolutely, absolutely appreciated. That's something I'm going to definitely find some beautiful knife to make handles out of. He sent me some pin stock. I was actually looking at reordering some 3/32 and some 1/8 inch. And these look to be 1/8 inch, maybe not, maybe 5/16. I think they might be 1/8 inch. Yeah, these are probably 1/8 inch. I'll double check, but regardless, I'll use those. He also sent this really cool arrowhead. It's marked Nevada, 1976, so it was found when I was born. And I haven't opened this. I'm kind of afraid to. Oh, let's see. So I'll make sure there's nothing else in there that I'm missing. Looks like it was packed in there pretty good. Great packing, Brother Dwayne. Absolutely great packing, and the whole reason I didn't want to take it out is I knew I was going to do that. And that's sharp. Oh, that's a heavy top. Look at that, I didn't mess that up too much. This will be put on display with my other things, thank you. And one of the more, wait, no, I'm not, let me get, almost didn't see this, almost forgot. Sent a beautiful photo of what I only can describe as some type of coastal indigenous people, otherwise known as Eskimos broadly. And I can tell you these are not most likely Alaskan Eskimos, but definitely very similar, like clothing and look to the individuals. And on the back it says Fort Churchill, 1926. And it says, sorry, I can't read that, some kind of sled. and they are making a sled, and you can see the runners on the ground right there. But Fort Churchill, my understanding, might be in Canada. And of course, as you know, Canadians do have Inuit people, and I'm not sure towards Fort Churchill how that would go. I'm familiar with Alaskan Indigenous people, not really Canadian. I know that Inuit is broadly known, and of course you have the British Columbian, the First Nations people. But anyways, he also included this beautiful stand. Brother Dwayne, if you could let me know what kind of wood that is, that's pretty cool. You know, it's heavy. He put some felt on the bottom. And I'm going to show you what might live on this, because it feels like it fits the best. And I'm going to put it this way. So that's probably what's going to live right there. And that is a PW knives made by Paul here in Alaska. Beautiful stag knife, beautiful display. That's going to go in that curio cabinet. I'm going to put it there right now. So the last thing that we received today was none other than from the infamous Redeye Patriot. If you guys haven't subscribed to Redeye Patriot's channel, please do so. Very knowledgeable guy, very down to earth, straightforward, and you know, a good friend of mine. He sent a pair of earrings. I'm trying to get these situated for you guys, for my wife. And he napped these two earrings for my wife, and they're just gorgeous. I mean, the time and effort, and of course I'm sorry, Redeye. Kind of messed that up almost. All right, there you go. That's a good thumbnail right there. Beautiful, you know. Just hope that when my wife wears them, she doesn't trip or fall and those things don't poke her. Those are things that are sharp. But cool regardless, and right up my wife's alley. She loves this kind of stuff. She loves the earrings that are made by, you know, old traditional ways. They just look absolutely wonderful. And he said he's out of practice on these, and his wire work on that, I think they look great. You know, and of course it's Redeye, so he sent me a knife that he wants me to work on. It's a cool knife. I'll show it before and after, not in this video. But he sent a knife for myself and Emma, or not a knife, I'm sorry, a car for my collection, and I'm going to guess which one was which. This one is mine. Super cool Camaro. And this one Emma is going to be getting. What's cooler than a pink Cadillac? So if those, and he also put in a cool little Civivi patch. And if you guys, when you guys see this arrowhead right here, this was made by Redeye Patriot. He made this one right here, another arrowhead for myself, but definitely very talented individual, cool guy to watch. Same could be said about Dwayne with Patriot Knife and Tool. I can't say how much knowledge that gentleman knows about things. He forgets more than I could ever probably learn about certain things. And he's very respectful. The thing I found about these two gentlemen, both Redeye and Dwayne, and of course Jesse, but the two with the channels, they absolutely respect Native American cultures and the cultures that are indigenous to Native America and the history that comes along with that. And I, for one, definitely appreciate that. I know how much it means to me for somebody to respect the knowledge and the history that once was and is quickly disappearing. And for somebody to carry forward some of that knowledge and pass that on, especially when they don't have to, it means the world to people like me to see that that information is being shared. It just, what more of a definition of love can you have to not let something die in memory? So with that being said, you guys, Jesse, Dwayne, and Michael, thank you guys so much. Your friendship means the world to me. This was a great pick-me-up today on receiving these gifts, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate each and every one of you, and I look forward to speaking with you guys more and building that friendship. I know that I say that over and over, but that's because that's the truth, you know. This is James. You guys have a wonderful day, evening. You guys stay warm. You guys stay safe. Thank you. Kriana.
Warrior Werks, where the steel gets a second life. Warrior